Alright. Okay, guys, we're back. Welcome to
Evalou.
Day 2 of the weekends of SummerSlam weekend. And yesterday we did NXT TakeOver. Today is SummerSlam. We did not see the kickoff. We heard that it was United States Championship, and which I read that Shelton and Bobby were banned from ringside. So
Yeah, good.
So Apollo Crews won. He retained his title, and yeah.
Good job.
And also Renee Young made her last appearance, I heard, and saying goodbye her last years. I don't know how long she was, like 4 years, 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. For a little while, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get started with the first match of the night. So the first match was the Smackdown Women's Championship between Bayley and Asuka, and this match was good.
It was good, yeah. It was really good. It was back and forth. Like, we know these women have good chemistry with each other because they go all the way back to NXT when Asuka took the title from Bayley. So we knew that they were gonna have a good match.
He didn't.
When Asuka, it was. So then why did the commentator say Asuka?
Was it Asuka? I forgot. I can't remember.
It was Asuka because then Ember had the rivalry with Asuka.
Oh yeah.
Because Bayley had gotten called out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we knew that these women had good chemistry, and of course they delivered tonight. It was crazy, and yeah, it was good. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was back and forth, you know. I think Bayley was tackling Asuka's legs. And
it's crazy because Asuka worked on Bayley's shoulder, which Bayley had an injury a few years ago, and then Bayley kind of turned it around and gave her a knee injury to Asuka to like work on her knee during the match. And it was a nice way to like have them both be kind of like hurt in a way, like so that you didn't know who was gonna win. So it was a good way to like tell that story.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and then obviously Miss Banks interfered in the end.
Mm-hmm.
She distracted.
Yeah, she basically sacrificed. She sacrificed herself, like when Asuka, because she was gonna do the hip attack to Bayley, and then Bayley moved, and Asuka hit Sasha.
Yeah, and then Bayley did a roll up, right?
Yeah.
And then roll up and retain the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Which, I mean, it wasn't a shocker. I knew that Bayley would win. I just didn't know how. But yeah.
Yeah, it might be a shocker now, but wait till we get the shocker later on.
Exactly.
Because I thought it was gonna be back to back, but I said later on.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess they want to let them rest, let them
Yeah.
So.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, Bayley won, and no surprise. But I mean, at least that's good. At least Naomi could get a chance to face Bayley.
Exactly, that's what we were saying. Yeah, that's what we were saying. We said that because Naomi pinned Bayley on SmackDown, that she might get the next title shot because of that. So
yeah,
I don't know if Naomi could break Bayley's title reign, I'd be so happy.
I mean, we know she's not gonna defend it on Payback, so
no.
So most likely it would be like, what's the next?
Maybe not Survivors. Well, okay, so there's Hell in a Cell in October. Wait, no, September. Hold on.
It's Hell in a Cell, I think.
Let me see. Or is it? Yeah. Oh no, it's Clash of Champions.
Oh yeah. So maybe
it's Clash of Champions in September. Hell in a Cell in October. Survivor Series November, and TLC in December. So it's probably Clash of Champions.
Yeah, it's Clash of Champions. Yeah. Hopefully Naomi could get a shot against Bayley for the SmackDown title.
Right.
At least a good storyline. With her against the role models. But yeah.
Yeah, please.
Oh yeah. So it was a good match, and we gotta talk about the next match that happened.
The next match was for the Raw Tag Team Championship with the Street Profits defending against Angel Garza and Andrade, with, of course, Zelina at ringside. And Zelina was wearing like kind of a wrestling outfit, so I thought she was gonna get a little more physical, but yeah. But the match itself was pretty good. It wasn't like wow, like they definitely had better matches, I think, on Raw a few times. Yeah. But it was still pretty good. You know, they know how to deliver in a short amount of time, but it was still pretty good. And but it wasn't like their best match. And but it was a nice back and forth pace. So yeah.
Yeah. It was a pretty good. It was a pretty decent match. It was back and forth. Mm-hmm. And then in the end, you know, Zelina interfered, and then she was accidentally attacked by Angel Garza, I think. And then the Profits, you know, did they move out?
So they did it because so Zelina got on the apron, and then Angel kicked Montez Ford into Zelina. He kicked him, and then he went back and he hit her and she fell. And then Andrade went to go check on her, so he was distracted. And then the Street Profits Angelo Dawkins did his spinebuster, and then Montez Ford did his crazy ass high frog splash. And 1, 2, 3. So they are still Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yep, they still are. But yeah, it was a good match. No Bianca in this one, so.
No, which I was a little disappointed, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she already got her little revenge, so it's okay.
She did, yes, exactly.
But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the next match that happened. So the next match was a no disqualification match between Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. The stipulation is if both parties, if one of them loses, one of them had to leave WWE for good. Yeah. And this match, I gotta say, this is kind of the weakest match of the night. To be honest.
They tried their best, but it wasn't like, you know, I was expecting like crazy like wow moments, and they tried their best, but it kind of just like fell flat in certain places. But yeah. I think the strongest thing is the storyline, not necessarily the matches themselves, but just the overall story. That has been the strongest thing in this. Exactly. But the match itself was a little bit of a letdown. I don't know if like what's gonna happen. Maybe this really is the end, like as far as the storyline goes. But you know, it was what it was. I'm glad that they took their time to actually build the storyline as long as they did and put so much effort into it. But the match itself, yeah, it was probably the weakest one. It wasn't bad. It was just the weakest one of the cards.
And it's crazy because, you know, after that, it's like it's been nothing but there's loads of qualification matches after that.
Yeah, you notice that everything had a gimmick. Like everything had a stipulation. Like
so, like, wow. Yeah. So it's like with this, it's like, you know, cause we expected more with Sonya and Mandy, you know, cause Sonya did, you know, what she, like you said, with the storyline, you know, being so crazy, especially with that backstage moments, you know. I expected more from like, you know, with Sonya, you know, getting hard headed and stuff like that, but it was yeah, and there was like some sloppy parts too, you know. Mandy felt a little stiff with her moves, and I'm thinking maybe, I'm not sure, but they fought together before. It's not like this is the first time, so I'm not sure. So I'm not sure why it's like this feel little, you know, I'm not sure, you know, just wonky and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And plus, you know, they did use the table. Like I know the
table. I think if they would have used the table, probably would have picked it up a little bit. But they just brought it out for no reason. It just stood there. Yeah, so I was a little disappointed about that. Yeah.
That's the only thing that's, you know. But in the end, Mandy did her finisher, and then Sonya lost. You know, it was just kind of new because you know what happened. You know what's going on with her with that stalker guy, you know. Yeah.
So she's gonna take some time off and you know kind of recuperate, you know, get into a better mindset and come back. I mean, I don't know how she's gonna come back. If she's gonna come back the same way, different gimmick. I hope she comes back the same way. But yeah, so we'll be thinking of you, Sonya. Get better, like get in a better headspace, and we'll see you when you get back.
But yeah, so. that was that. So we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about the next match that
So
happened.
the next match was a street fight between Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio. And I have to say, I feel like this is the weekend where, I mean, first matches. So two people had first matches and they delivered. I have to say, like last night, Pat McAfee, tonight, Dominic Mysterio. I have to say, like, damn, like they really delivered in their first matches, and Dominic really shy, like, cause you know when he had his moments on Raw where he got physical, like when he was fighting, like there were some moments where I was like, okay, that was a little bit off, and like you could tell he could like work on his timing a little bit. I was like, okay, so maybe this match may not be like a good. I mean, I don't want to say it was a good match, but I was gonna say there was gonna be some spots where he would probably be off a little bit.
Yeah,
but no, like.
yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. I mean, in the beginning, it did start little stiff. Like, you know,
Right.
it's like Dominic was trying to get like, you know, get used to, you know, 'cause he never wrestled before. I know he grew up, you know, in the business, you know, watching his dad wrestle, you know, get, you know, matches and stuff like that. But he did pretty good. He did pretty good for his first
He
actual
did.
match. You know, as a
Yeah.
second generation star, you know, like, you know, he did a great job. You know, compared to Pat McAfee, you know, like he's a, you know, like I said, NFL player, but Dominic do grew up in the business, so that's
Yeah.
kind of different. So it's like, you know, like he is the second generation star. So it's like, no, actually third, because his father, Rey Mysterio,
Yeah.
is so he's the third generation, not second,
Yeah.
third generation star.
Third
So,
generation.
but yeah, so yeah, it's like he did good. He did really well. He did really well.
Yeah. He just needs a little more training, a little more time, and he'll be right. He'll be right up there. He has the luchador moves down. He has the quickness, the speed. He has it. So he just needs to a little more work, and he'll be good. And like, I mean, it was good to see Angie. We haven't seen Angie since that storyline with Eddie.
I
So it was nice to
know.
see her.
And
And when
speaking
they
of,
showed her, I was like, oh, yeah.
and speaking of Eddie, when Dominic did the fast splash, I'm like,
yeah.
Eddie,
I
the
know. I
sun.
know. I know. I like when the commentators were like, Eddie is looking down on him, smiling. I was like, oh. but yeah, that was crazy. It's just like it's crazy because he also like on Instagram he said that I think Ray had his first match at SummerSlam with Kurt Angle, and then Dominic was in that storyline with Eddie and Ray. It was at SummerSlam,
Yeah.
and now he's having his debut match at SummerSlam. I was like, wow, how things come full circle.
Oh. Can you believe it's been how long? Like 10, like maybe like since 2005, 2004.
2005. Yeah, it was 2005. So like
So it's like 15 years. 15 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was like, wow.
You watch that boy grow up. That's crazy.
I know he did, and it's like he's here. Like this is crazy. But as far as the match goes, it was you know, Seth really was like he played that role, that heel evil character role so well. Like he was taunting Ray pretty much the whole match. He was like, "What are you gonna help your son? Get in here, help him." And then Angie came out because she was getting concerned, and he was like, "Oh, Angie, come to me, or come here, come save your son." I was like,
I thought he was gonna attack her. I was like, oh my god.
I thought too. Oh yeah, when he handcuffed Ray,
Yeah.
go to her. I was like, oh no. I was like, Dominic, where are you? Get up. And then he got up, and yeah, it was crazy. But Dominic did his thing though. He did 619, frog splash. He did some. Yeah, it was a good match.
He did the Fiona. He did the DDT.
Yeah.
He did a good job. He learned.
Yeah.
He learned some stuff, and
Yeah.
let's see what happened. Let's see he will continue on. You know, become like the actual official WWE superstar. Cause
Yeah. I think he proved a lot of people wrong because I was on Twitter and people were like, wow, I'm impressed. So he really, I'm sure he really like proved a lot of people wrong because a lot of people I'm sure were like, he's not ready. This is his first match. It might not be good. So like, you know, he really did change a lot of people's minds when he stepped in that ring tonight. So we'll see. But in the end, it wasn't enough. Seth Rollins did the curb stomp and
he won. Yeah, I know.
which it wasn't a shocker, but
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, what can we do? What can we do?
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the next match that happened. Well, I'm talking about this another match again. The next match is the Raw Women's Championship match with Asuka and Sasha Banks.
Yes. I feel like this is like the 10th time these two have fought each other.
Exactly. It's like 100 times they fought each other.
I know, like damn. But this match,
it was good.
It was good. Like,
it was more intense. It was more intense than Bailey versus Shaka. I mean, Bailey.
Yeah, I feel like this had more like intensity, more drama because of what happened at the end of the first match. They attacked her. We forgot to say that they attacked.
Oh yeah. They attacked. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
And so everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, she may not be 100%. You know, Asuka's gonna go into this a little weak." And so we were like, "Okay, that's why this had more stakes to it. This match had more stakes to it." And so, but you know, it was crazy. It was really crazy.
Crazy was back and forth. Shasha did her, working on the leg on Asuka, and it was just crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there was a point that she did the pop on Asuka outside the ring, and and then the referee was counting. I was like, oh my god, Asuka, get inside.
I was like, if this ends in a counter, I'm turning this off. But she ended up getting it, thank God. And yeah, so Bailey tried to do the same thing that Sasha did in the first match, where she got on the apron, and so Asuka was going to do her hip attack. Sasha moved out. Sasha moved out of the way, and Bailey also moved out of the way. So the commentators were saying, "Oh, Bailey didn't sacrifice herself the way Sasha sacrificed herself for Bailey." So,
but Asuka kicked her though, or punched her, whatever.
Yeah. So, so then Asuka tried to do the Asuka last. Sasha countered it into a pin. Then she countered it into the bank statement.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of submission counters. I was like, oh my god. And then
Asuka is a 2-time World Women's Champion. I was surprised. I was shocked.
I was shocked too. I was like, oh my god. It was crazy. I was like, I mean, this is good because like she got her revenge for what they did to her, what they did to Kyrie, obviously. And then she got her revenge because, she wrongfully lost that match because she was helping her sister. So, she got her title back, and it was sweet revenge.
So, how long Shasha was champion?
Yeah.
Another short reign.
Another short reign. She better. Okay, I know they're planning.
And she always loses SummerSlam. Do you notice that? She always loses SummerSlam. That's a.
Yeah.
She needs to start bad luck at SummerSlam. She has bad luck at SummerSlam.
Bad luck. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I don't know what's gonna happen from here.
She technically won. Because she technically won on Raw, not on Extreme Rules. She technically won on Raw.
She beat Charlotte on Raw. Then she lost it to Charlotte at SummerSlam. Charlotte won it back at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And that was the first time. And then the second time, the second time she beat Alexa, but then Alexa won it back the week after.
Yeah.
And now, the first time she lost that triple threat tag team match, Team Bad, TCB, and that whole thing, Team Bella. She lost that match too.
But that was not. But they were not. They were not short champion, right? They were. Yeah, right.
Who?
Bailey Sasha, when they were tag team champions.
No. I'm talking about like her overall SummerSlam record.
Oh yeah.
So she lost that triple threat tag team match with Team TCB, Team Bella, and Team Bad, and then she lost at SummerSlam against Charlotte. The only time she actually won at SummerSlam was when she beat Alexa, but then Alexa won it back on Raw the week after. So she only won once at SummerSlam.
I'm just saying also her reign, her titles that she keep is very short.
Yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we think Naomi's gonna get the next shot, which I think she deserves. But does Sasha get a shot too? Like, we know that their friendship is not gonna last.
Well, like I said, when we explained it before, like one of them's gonna turn each other if they both lose the tag team titles. So when they lose the tag team titles, that whoever it is, Sasha or Bailey, is probably gonna turn on each other. And I'm not sure it's gonna be right away or right after, before.
I think this is this is what I think should happen. I think, okay, how should I do this? I think they should still be together. I think Naomi should win the title. And then somehow, okay, this is what I think. Okay, ready. No, I don't know actually, because I was going to say they should have a triple threat at WrestleMania. Like Naomi, Sasha, and Bayley. But I know they want to do Sasha and Bayley one-on-one.
Yeah.
So,
This Friday, I don't think Naomi's going to win the title.
right.
My opinion. That's my thing.
Yeah.
And they want to make Bayley the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion.
Right.
Because she's been like almost a year, right? So
Yeah.
Until I think if they lose the tag team titles, I think she's either probably gonna turn on Sasha. They're gonna have that long rivalry. I don't think Sasha's gonna win the belt right away, but I think what it is that I think Sasha's gonna go to the Royal Rumble, and I think she's gonna win the Royal Rumble and face Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
That's what I think too. I think, that's how it's going to start. It's going to start at Royal, like she's going to win the Royal Rumble. Then they're going to start that rivalry all the way to WrestleMania. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. Which I think is a good idea because they've been wanting to do Sasha and Bayley for the longest time. And then they were going to do it at the WrestleMania that we went to, but then they made the tag team titles. So they decided not to. They decided to keep them together.
Well, it didn't make no sense because Ronda was champion and Becky was Charlotte was champion. So
right.
So if Charlotte and Ronda was the champion, then if one of them, then if Bayley or Sasha would have became either champion or Raw, I know they're both Raw. If they became Raw Women's champion, then it would make sense that they would have faced it when we went. But since the tag team title was made, they decided to make them as tag team. So
yeah, exactly. So now's the time. Next year, WrestleMania 37, Bayley and Sasha.
Yeah.
Oh man,
and he saw the look that she did to Bayley too. So it's like,
She was like, she was like, I basically sacrificed myself. I let Asuka hit me off the apron, but you couldn't. You moved to the side. No. See, that's what I think. In her mind, she was like, I sacrificed myself, but you didn't sacrifice yourself for me. That's what she's thinking.
Yeah. But
it was crazy.
It was crazy. It wasn't crazy. But and then also in the promos, we saw Keith Lee's gonna debut on Raw.
On Raw, we knew he was gonna get called up. We didn't know which show. We were thinking SmackDown because, like we said, SmackDown has, they need a little bit more star power, a little more big names. But I guess let's see what's gonna happen on Raw with Keith Lee. I mean, we'll see tomorrow.
So I'm ready. He's gonna be big. He's gonna definitely gonna, if the next one Rumble, I'll be my pick to win. So. I
agree. Yeah, I think he's gonna win. He'll be what the second African American to win the Royal Rumble after The Rock.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about the next match that happened.
All right. So the next match was for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. This match.
Crazy.
It was crazy with an unexpected finish, but anyway.
That fit. I was shocked. I was doing the same thing with the ending.
Me too. Because everybody thought it was gonna go the other way. But anyway, so yeah, this match was definitely crazy. Randy Orton kept trying to do RKO after RKO after RKO, but Drew McIntyre kept countering, and yeah, it was definitely like a hard-fought, hard-hitting, crazy, physical match.
Yeah,
and it was good. They really played up the storyline with Randy going after the legend, and so that was basically the whole story, that Drew was getting revenge for the legend, like he did the figure 4 on Randy, and that was pretty good. And so it was crazy.
It was crazy. It was like back and forth. It's like because we hear rumors that Randy or rumors or something that Randy was gonna win the WWE champion because he's a legend. He's been around longer, and then
Yeah.
and then
Because the whole thing was that Randy was gonna be the rumor was that Randy was gonna beat Drew McIntyre tonight, and then Drew was gonna get his WrestleMania moment next year because they were hoping that they'd be able to bring fans back. It'll be at a stadium again, and Drew McIntyre will get to have his proper WrestleMania moment next year by winning it back from Randy. That was the whole rumor, but I guess not. So yeah. So Randy was gonna do the RKO again, and Drew countered it, and he was gonna play more.
He could do the punt on him as well, and Drew got up, and that's when he did the Claymore.
He was gonna do it, and then Randy ducked, and then Randy was gonna do the RKO again, but he countered it into a backslide.
Yeah.
Countered to a backslide, and he got the 3, which I was shocked. I was shocked that he won first, and that he won with a backslide. That was crazy. I did not see that coming.
I was shocked. I was like,
what?
Because the people were favoring Randy to win, because Randy, even though Randy has been up and down, but lately he's been like, especially what he's going on with his gimmick, attacking all the
I feel like this version of the Legend Killer is 10 times more evil than the Legend Killer of the past.
Yeah.
Like of the past, he just came out and attacked, legends or whatever, but now he's using like hurtful words, especially with Ric Flair. Like with Edge and Christian, like he's just like he's being so much more evil with not with his words too, not just his actions, but like what he says.
Yeah,
man, that's bad. That's evil. So I feel like this version of Legend Killer is 10 times more evil than the Legend Killer of 2004, 2005, that whole era. But it wasn't enough. It was not enough to beat Drew McIntyre. So I don't know where Randy goes from here. Like, that's the big question,
And let's see who Drew is gonna face next, because I don't know who is the next contender.
I have no idea.
No, not Seth again.
And know how much he needs to. Okay, this is the thing. So Payback is a week away. They're gonna make all these matches for Payback starting tomorrow and SmackDown. Like, there's like no room for build up.
Exactly. So it's gonna be random matches with no build up.
I feel like it's just gonna be it's gonna be an inter-promotional show with just random matches.
Yeah.
Oh man, this should be interesting. I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the next and the final match of the night. So the final match was the Universal Championship. It's Monster versus Monster. Bray Wyatt the Fiend versus Braun Strowman in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yes.
And this match, crazy.
It was crazy. I feel like my only issue was that they could have done a little more with the Falls Count Anywhere thing. They only went to like right where you walk out, the entranceway.
Yeah. I agree.
That was like my only issue. They could have done they could have went further backstage. They could have went, I don't know, at different places. But the majority of the match was around the ring. Let's just say that. And yeah, it was crazy. The Fiend again was unstoppable. Like none of the big moves that Braun Strowman did to him worked. He kept kicking out, and yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah, he did the power slam the first time. He could that like automatically.
Yeah.
And then every time when he get hit, like especially when Braun speed him on the side, he got up so fast. Like that.
Yeah. I was like, it was crazy. I was like, wow. So then Braun Strowman took out a toolbox and was basically Bray. Bray took out a toolbox and was using it as a weapon at first, and then he just threw it to the ground, and then it like opened up. But then they went backstage and they fought a little bit backstage. They fought on the ramp a little bit. Then they came back down to the ring area, and then Braun Strowman finally was like, okay, what can I find in this toolbox? And he freaking took out a box cutter. I was like, what the hell is he gonna do? I literally thought he was gonna use it on him.
I thought he was gonna his match. I was like, if you're gonna have match.
Yeah. Oh yeah, imagine.
And then, but no, he exposed the ring. I was like, why? I mean, which that part is his fault when he did so, because it backfired.
It did backfire. It backfired. He exposed the mat. He took off the mat, which we know that there's wood underneath the mat. So a lot of people think that the ring is like a trampoline, like it's just bouncy. Like no, there's actual wood under there.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard. It's not as soft as a trampoline. So but he exposed the wooded part of the ring, and he turned around, and Bray was already on his feet. He was like, and then Bray attacked him. He did like 2 Sister Abigails on him, and
he is a 2-time Universal Champion.
Yep. And that was it. Or we thought it was it.
Yes. We thought it was over. Because, there were 2 possibilities. Well, one possibility was we thought I can't pronounce the name.
Retribution, yeah.
Retribution was going to come out. Because you haven't seen... Were you watching the network? Was it flickering? Because it felt like... I thought it was either my I was messed up, or the retribution was trying to mess up the
I was like
that's what I thought. I thought retribution was gonna come in, but I also heard that somebody was making a return. But I was like, I'm not sure if he's coming back on this review or the next day. But I was like.
Yep, it was Roman Reigns has returned. He's making his triumphant return since April, because we all know that he was supposed to face Braun Strowman at WrestleMania. No, Goldberg. He was supposed to face Goldberg at WrestleMania, and obviously he pulled out for health reasons, and that's when Braun Strowman took his place. But he is back, and he took out The Fiend, and he took out Braun Strowman. And as he was doing that, he was like saying these things like, you're a freak or whatever. And he was like, I made you. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. And I'm like, okay. So I go on Twitter and people are like, is he a heel? Has he returned as a heel? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, it sounds like he's a heel with the things he's saying, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't have 100%. I'm not 100% convinced that he's 100% a heel.
Yeah. Because the rumor was, because I heard that that WWE contact Roman and Brock Lesnar. So, so technically there was like 3 possibilities that at the ending of the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Retribution. But since 2 of them was wrong, it was Roman Reigns.
It was Roman Reigns, exactly. So he came out, he attacked them both, and I was thinking, okay, so when he did the last, so he did 2 spears. He did the spear he did 2 spears to the Fiend. And then, so when he did the second one in the ring, I thought, who was going to come out and cash in.
I know.
I was like waiting. I was like, is this how Otis is going to cash in? Is he really going to cash in on the Fiend? But no, it was just Roman Reigns. I guess they didn't want to overshadow Roman Reigns' return, which I understand. So, but yeah, he's back. I mean, I don't know what his deal is. I'm assuming he's going to go for the title, obviously. But, which is going to be interesting because Roman has not faced the Fiend. So, that'll be a good, interesting storyline. Right? They haven't faced each other, right?
He faced Bray Wyatt, but never as a Fiend.
Right. Bray Wyatt, but not as a Fiend. Right. So, that'll definitely be interesting. But yeah.
Questions. We just gotta wait till everything for tomorrow, and then SmackDown, because Payback is next week, and so it's like, let's see what matches. Well, we only know one, but that's it.
Right. We only know the women's tag team titles. We just don't know who they're defending against.
Yeah. My guess is Asuka to Shayna, since they both one. So.
Or it could be Asuka Naomi. That'd be interesting too.
That'd be too.
We'll see. I don't know.
Well, overall, SummerSlam, it was a pretty good, solid pay-per-view.
It was solid. It wasn't the best SummerSlam. I feel like we went to some of the best SummerSlams overall.
Yes.
But
I agree.
yes, but it was solid. It was a solid show for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, my only complaint, which I know you agree with me, is that all these disqualification matches were a bit weak, you know.
I felt like, it was definitely like they should have played into it a little bit more, like especially the Falls Count Anywhere. Come on, let's see some more pinfalls outside and everywhere else, you know. So
and then even though the Dominic and Seth Rollins match was pretty good, they didn't do much as well with the disqualification, the street fight as well. Like, you know, like they, you know, it's like all of them stood in the ring. You know, it's like it's no complication. Give me something like be more creative. You know, like if AEW could go fight in the freaking field, why can't you guys do the same thing? You know, like go outside or do something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not expected to do the same thing like what they did with Edge and Randy at WrestleMania, but at least be something more creative, be something, you know, shock values. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. But yeah. They should have done a little more, but you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best matches is between Sasha and Asuka and Randy and Drew. Yeah.
Those are the two strongest matches for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Bailey Asuka match was a little close, but it was, you know. So. Yeah. And then Street Profit and Angel Garza and Andrade. It was a pretty good match, but it's like, you know, like you said, it could have been more. You know,
it could have been more. It wasn't their best. They've done better matches on Raw.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I would get this a B.
Yeah, a B. I would give it a B.
Yeah.
I think that's like the best I can give it.
Yeah. Like you said, you know, like when we went to SummerSlam. 3 times of a wall of the year.
I know.
They were better better
shows, yeah.
Yes, better shows.
Yeah. Better.
But yeah, that's it. So let's just see what happens with Payback.
I know. Let's see what kind of matches they just randomly put together in a week.
I was like, a week after is Payback, I was like, already? So next Sunday is Payback. So they gotta put, it's 2 hours, right? 2 or 4 hours. How long is this Payback?
Well, SummerSlam was 3. So I'm assuming Payback's gonna be
4.
Oh, 4, right. So I'm assuming Payback's gonna be like 3. Right? So
they need to put 3 matches in for 3 hours.
Exactly. So I'm assuming they're gonna put Roman in the team. Obviously the women's tag team titles, whatever that is. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what they're gonna do. I have no idea. This should be interesting though.
Yeah, this could be interesting. But they're doing it on purpose because AEW isn't. No, it's not. It's not next week. I mean, right?
No, AEW. All Out is in September, the beginning of September.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know. I actually don't know why they're putting Payback so quickly after. That's weird.
It is weird.
I was like, what? Yeah.
Like, it made more sense if they put it the week after that, but...
Yeah, at least 2 weeks of build-up. But a whole week? Like, that's not enough. I mean,
if I was right, I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna fight. Okay, who are gonna fight? Like,
yeah, no, every so stressed out.
It's like a homework. Like, you gotta do it. You gotta find out do it in a week. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll be so.
I'm concerned though. I'm concerned about this review though.
Yeah. I guess we'll see because.
Like, can they put the least about How many matches? How many matches usually like 10 matches or so, or 7, 8?
No, I think it's like 7 or 8. Yeah.
Yes. So can they put 8 matches in one by next Sunday?
By next Sunday, I wish them luck.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm not nervous because of the storyline. It's just I'm nervous is that okay, we're gonna have matches, but it's gonna be good, you know?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I have no idea. This is definitely a first time that a pay-per-view is a week after another. Like when they did the Raw and SmackDown, when Raw and SmackDown was separate, it was like they had like 2 or 3 weeks, like in between.
For like 2 or 2 weeks. But the difference is that each shows are different. You know.
Right. So they each had like a month to like build up for their own specific show.
Yeah.
So it's like this is different. So I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, anyway, guys, what do you guys think about SummerSlam? You guys like it? Dislike it? What's your favorite match? And are you guys concerned about us? Not us. Concerned about Payback, like us?
Okay.
It is a week after, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, we gotta go. We see you next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.